our community. It was a very ambitious plan for us at that time, and today it still is a challenge for us 20 years later. And I say this because our vision of how the foundation will basically do its work was basically to be able to address health issues within our community that our community can basically take charge of their health and things that they can do for themselves, to provide information that they can do for themselves. We launched our campaign 20 years ago with a breast cancer awareness campaign, and it was simply at that point to provide information. Today, 20 years later, we have a breast cancer awareness movement whereby we not only provide information, but we also provide screening opportunities. This month, the medical profession on St.Maarten have cooperated with us, and they have provided at least 30 opportunities where women can go and get a free clinical breast examination. This year, because of the challenges with Irma and everything else going on St.Maarten, the St.Maarten Medical Center experienced some challenges with the mammography machine. So earlier in the beginning of the campaign, the mammography machine was not working. However, just last week I got good news, so the machine is working again. So we are working with the medical center, and we have for almost 10 years now, to provide 100 free mammograms to people who are uninsured. So people who do not have insurance and in need of a mammogram, the foundation will provide the mammogram once the doctor has indicated that this is necessary. So we are working this year again to ensure with the medical center that we can do this voucher program again. They've just got the machine working. They need some time to make a decision in terms of how we will proceed, given all the challenges that we've experienced this year. As a foundation itself, we too suffered for Hurricane Irma. The foundation is pretty much run out of my home. I lost my home for Hurricane Irma. I'm still not back in my home, but that did not deter me this year from continuing with the activities for breast cancer awareness. Last year, we did put everything on hold for the entire month, but this year we have a full calendar of events that we've executed, that we are busy executing. We have upcoming events that are coming for. We have a new event for us, which is to incorporate car care information with breast care information. Now, you may look at me and think, well, that's crazy. But it really isn't if you think about it, because every time we deliver serious messages, health messages, people tend to want to not think about it, block it out, or just say, this can't happen to me. So we look for avenues within our community to be able to get our message out one way or the other. So we've teamed up with Motor World on the 19th of October. We're giving car care information and breast care information. We do this with other groups as well. Bikers for Boobs is another unique event where we try to get our message out about breast cancer awareness. Again, bringing the element that is something that people think is fun and connecting it to our bodies. So we have the Bikers for Boobs scheduled on the 21st of October. So the 19th and the 21st, those are two activities that we have going on. As early as tomorrow is the 10th? Yes. The 10th is a next screening opportunity. We have two doctors on the island that are offering screening opportunities. One is Dr. Perez's clinic in Orange Grove, Cold Bay. The other one is Dr. Mercure's clinic in Simpson Bay. But we have a calendar of events as well as a calendar for screening. We've made this possible via radio, and it was very disheartening to hear Angela say this morning, I don't listen to the radio, but it also says to us that we were right in terms of taking our campaign to social media. So on our Facebook page as well, there is information there that talks about what is happening, when it's happening, and where it is happening. Every opportunity that we get, we basically try to send a message across. One of the struggles that we have over the years is basically trying to keep this message to the public, get the message to the public year round. We've explored possibilities of putting up posters in clinics, and we have done that, but outside of the clinics, publicly being able to get that message across, we have not been able to address that. Recently, we explored the possibility because we saw bus stops, and I'm sure you've all seen them, mushrooming around the island, in particular the Dutch side, to see if that may be an avenue that we can actually post advertising, maybe run a campaign that get people to come to the bus stops so that we know that they're seeing it and not just ignoring it, driving by it, type of thing. But that is an expensive option for us at the moment because it will cost us about $3,600 basically just to place the advertising on the bus stop. We prefer to use whatever funds we've raised to put it back into the awareness activity. A lot of the material that we give away, basically we buy, we pay for this, and then we distribute it to ensure that when persons go to the various clinics for the physical or the clinical breast examination, that they can take away literature about breast care and how to move forward once they've been diagnosed. So that is in a nutshell, what we are doing for this month, this campaign. We do have, Angela mentioned that we did have our launch, which was a pink parade. We got rained out, but we did not let that stop us. We continued the parade, albeit we cut it short, but we did continue the parade. And the message with that is basically that we are serious, we are committed, and we're determined to get our message out to the St. Martin community that breast care is important, that with breast care and being breast aware, we are encouraging everyone to feel it, find it, and fight it. I thank you very much. I certainly appreciate the efforts that you've made today to come out in pink, and I thank you very much for this invitation.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, please feel free.
I had a question, and this is in regards to the numbers or the cases that we have on the island for the past 10 years, let's say. Do you all know statistic or whether it increased or decreased the amount of cases with breast cancer?
Unfortunately for St. Martin, we don't have statistics, but the number of people that have approached me when I started this campaign to the number of people that I know now that have breast cancer or that have survived breast cancer, that has certainly grown. Saturday, today, I'm losing track of my days. Today is Monday.
Today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday, right. On Sunday, there was an event that was held at the I Heart St. Martin bar on the boardwalk. And there, they showcased survivors, people who were actually going through the treatment as well. And there were at least 10 women, varying in ages from about 30 to over 50, that attended that event. Younger women that were actually currently going through the treatment, others that were about a 10-year survivor was one of the participants within this. So the number of people that I know since starting this event has increased tremendously. When I started, I know of one person, she has since passed away, but now that number I can count to be at least 50 people that I know.
Is there any counseling set up for first timers? Because I think it would be traumatizing because in the way how most times it leads to demise. If there are counseling set up for persons who do
Our message basically is that early detection saves lives. So we're focusing on that. There is another organization on the island called Still Beautiful that offers personal counseling. It's not a formal group. We're working towards getting a formal group where we can have regular meetings, monthly meetings that just about anybody can come. But what Still Beautiful has done, and this is led by Marcella LeBlanc, she has basically, because of her own struggles, she started this foundation to be able to motivate women. And she does personal counseling as well as other survivors, long-term survivors. They do personal counseling. They have a contact at the St. Martin Medical Center, specifically yours now, Jasmine Saincha, and she basically will contact these organizations when someone is diagnosed. Know that breast cancer on St. Martin or any chronic disease people, it's still very stigma. There's a stigma to it, attached to it. It's still very taboo. So a lot of people don't necessarily talk about it very openly. But what happens is that once the oncology nurse gets the sense or the impression when she's talking to the patient that they need further support or this is something that has to happen, then she reaches out to the organization. What we're hoping to achieve and working together with Still Beautiful is to formalize to get a meeting place where people can just come out. So not just after they've been diagnosed, but continually throughout their treatment and beyond that.
Okay. Yeah, that's really important because I know some persons who had treatment overseas, and one of them actually said that's the thing that she had loved doing, I think at the cancer treatment in Miami, was that the support group was so big and they, accepted her and with open arms, and she did not feel that on the island. And I guess back then it was, I don't know if maybe this group from Marcelino was not formed as yet.
No, this is
Yeah.
This is new.
So that's one of the, I think she said that's what's so important, and helping her get through it is a support group.
Yeah. We are a small island, but we have big city problems, healthcare, just as everybody else. However, within our community, we do have people who get creative in terms of providing support. Once they know the cause and they understand what it takes. So for example, we got a call just last week from Miguel at Miguel's Salon in the Atrium Hotel that is willing to provide support to women who have been diagnosed, who are going through the treatment in terms of makeup, hair, what needs to be done, what doesn't have to be done. So it is within our own community that we will need to find those resources to be able to move forward and to get people the help. So people like Miguel who have seen or understand the cause, they step forward and offer these services. So we will be contacting organizations like Still Beautiful to ensure that women within their spectrum, as well as Nurse Central, that they can get the advice, which he's offering for free for 2 weeks, that he will provide. So it is the imagination, the creativity of within our own community. And sometimes we help drive that thought in terms of this is what we want you to do. So that's why when you invited me here, I pitch out, these are our weaknesses, and this is where we're looking for the community to basically pitch in to assist. We can't do it all by ourselves.
Any other questions? Yeah? Well, thank you so much, Shelly. And we have a little certificate.